I will begin by discussing students' tools and apps that they can use within the classroom to facilitate the learning process. So I will begin with My School Binder, and on the slide you will see the title of the tool or the application and the URL below it for your access, and then also to the right here you will see a brief description of the tool/app and how it applies to the student learning process. So starting with My School Binder, this just gives teachers and students the opportunity to easily add, edit, and organize assignments on their class pages, and students can in return submit these completed assignments and ask questions and receive instant feedback from the teachers. Another thing, teachers can also have access to teacher forums where they can receive feedback and tips from other lessons and projects directly from other educators. So this is beneficial because it gives the students a broader and more holistic learning experience so that they can see what others are doing in different communities and various learning facilities, and then the students can learn from best practices. This technology concept, it allows students and teachers to have instant feedback concerning assignments and actual tests. The next one is Dippity, and there you see the URL and brief description. Dippity is a software where students can combine images, photos, and text and other media into a visually stimulating interactive timeline. And this allows students to facilitate learning through images, photos, and etc. by putting assignments together within a timeline. The next is Edmodo, and this is kind of like Facebook, so it's a social media platform that allows teachers to continue classroom discussions outside of the classroom, so this works really well for a flipped classroom. And they can kind of check for students who are understanding material and get the students excited about coming to class the next day. They can go ahead and learn, the boring, if you will, lecture material, and then come to class the next day to be prepared for an in-class activity or lab assignment. So this mainly just facilitates learning by allowing the students to use integration through apps to help understand lessons better, and if the student is needing additional input on an assignment, the teacher can continue that discussion outside of the classroom. And it's also just beneficial, like I said, for a flipped classroom. Teachers can really kind of, interact with their students in various periods throughout the day and in the evenings and even on the weekends if need be, and it gives the students to kind of get prepared for upcoming lessons. They can kind of prepare in ways that are beneficial to them and best for their learning styles. That way when they come to class that day, they're completely prepared for the upcoming assignment. Next is Evernote, and this is just a really beneficial integration of notes, online articles, and various subjects, types of things that students may research, explore. So, for example, they can keep their notes, thoughts, and ideas in one place across multiple devices. So, for example, they can save things to their computer if they're online and they see an article that they're really wanting to read but they don't have time at that particular moment. They can download it, and that night they can access it through their cell phone while they're either getting prepared for bed, or maybe they want to read this article with a parent figure. But it's just a great way to kind of compose and integrate multiple platforms of notes, devices, websites, and various things like that. Next is Pixton, and this is something that I've actually used a lot and I really enjoy. It's an innovative just click and drag technology, and it just allows students, teachers, whoever it may be, to create comic strips with characters, props, speech bubbles, and some other aspects of a comic strip. But it's really fun. It gets the students kind of interactive. They get to build their own characters, kind of formulate a storyboard that best represents the topic or the subject. that they are presenting about. And this is just really good. I think, putting pictures with the text sometimes really facilitates learning. So not only is it a tool and an app via technology, it's also something where the students can really correlate two subjects by using, the text or the curriculum that they're currently learning, and then put it with, a comic strip, a video, a presentation, or whatever it may be. The next thing is Forest, and this is a really cool app. It's not necessarily for the use of getting students engaged about a particular topic or advancing their knowledge on a particular subject, but it more so is just about being focused. So the app allows students to log into the application, and for the amount of time that they're spend online studying, Forest encourages you to stay focused by growing a virtual tree. So it takes 30 minutes for your tree to grow and be added to your forest. And if you were to venture off of the Forest app, or go into maybe Facebook or go into your email or something else, your tree will die. And another really cool feature to Forest is those who have spending dollars or actually pay for services within Forest. It gives so much back to a nonprofit to actually plant trees across the world. So I thought this was a really cool application, and also it's good for students when they're studying at home or even in class. It's so easy, not necessarily in the classroom because a lot of our school systems don't allow the use of cell phones, but at home, for example, I know I'm really bad to just pick up my phone for 2 seconds to just check something real quick, and then I get lost in social media and and gaming or whatever it may be, and then I've completely lost track of time. The next thing is Quizlet, and this is something that I've used a lot in high school and college, and I think it's great for students. It pretty much just gives students flashcards and various games and tests, and provides students with a free study tool that can be used in and out of the classroom. So for me, I used it a lot, creating flashcards for certain classes, and then going back and taking a quiz or taking a test, and it kind of, with the tests and quizzes, lump categories together, so you're not taking, if you have 100 flashcards, you're not taking 100 multiple choice tests. Rather, you're taking, a 10-question quiz or 20-question test, and you have different types of questions. You have multiple choice, you have short answer, and so this is really effective for students and something that they can use at home, they can use in the classroom, that really facilitates learning and gets them engaged in what they're learning. Next is Amaze, and Amaze is just an online presentation platform, and it's a lot like Prezi and PowerPoint, and you can create, manage, share presentations through a cloud-based SaaS system, and this just offers a variety of presentation templates and formats that include 3D presentations that kind of will make your presentation stand out from, the regular PowerPoint presentation. And next is Slidely. So this allows students to create eye-catching video slideshows, so a lot like Amaze. However, this one's more video oriented, and the students can search for images and compile them into visually stimulating slideshows. They can have captions, music, and different images, and they can have transitions that kind of spice up the slideshow. So a lot like your regular presentation, however, just another unique way, something a little different as far as the templates go. I think that's the biggest change from a lot of these presentation softwares is the various templates. They kind of all have their own feel and different interactive softwares. And lastly, AnyDo. So this is just like a to-do list, something that the students can keep. It allows them to organize their day by day by allowing them to create reminders, to-do lists, notes, and events, and store them on a clean and easy to use interface. So a lot like Evernote, but a little bit more oriented around the specific to-do list. So that is all I have. I hope you guys are able to use some of these tools and apps within your classrooms to help facilitate student learning. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.